The British monarchy has weathered centuries of political upheaval, family tensions, and public scrutiny, but one of its greatest modern challenges remains surprisingly simple: who gets to represent the crown and why? That question has resurfaced repeatedly as the royal family adapts to a smaller working roster, and it sits at the heart of a debate that has recently attracted intense discussion among royal commentators. Welcome back to Royal Scope, where we examine royal developments through the lens of history, constitutional reality, and the people shaping the future of the monarchy. And few topics reveal more about that future than the ongoing conversation surrounding Prince William's vision for a streamlined royal family and the carefully guarded boundaries between public duty and private family life. Recent online speculation has centered on Queen Camilla's son, Tom Parker Bowles. A respected food writer, broadcaster, and author, Tom Parker Bowles has built an accomplished career entirely separate from royal service. Despite his close connection to Queen Camilla, he has never been a working royal, never held an official royal role, and has consistently maintained an independent public identity. Some commentators have suggested that the shrinking number of working royals could eventually encourage the monarchy to seek support from a wider circle of family members. The reasoning is easy to understand. Since the departure of Prince Harry and Meghan from working royal duties, the continued exclusion of Prince Andrew from public life, and King Charles III's ongoing cancer treatment, a relatively small group of senior royals has been carrying an enormous workload. Prince William, Catherine, Princess of Wales, Queen Camilla, King Charles III, and Princess Anne have all faced growing demands on their schedules. Even before Catherine temporarily stepped back from public duties during her cancer treatment and recovery, royal observers were discussing whether the monarchy's reduced size could be sustained indefinitely. Yet there is an important distinction that often becomes blurred in public debate. The question is not simply whether additional people could help. The question is who can legitimately represent the institution of the monarchy itself. Royal patronages are not ordinary honorary positions. When a member of the royal family becomes patron of a charity, military organization, educational institution, or cultural body, they bring with them the symbolic authority of the crown. Their role is rooted not merely in public popularity, but in their constitutional position within the institution. This is why discussions about expanding the circle of royal representatives generate such strong reactions among constitutional experts and longtime royal watchers. The monarchy survives on clear distinctions between official authority and private relationships. Once those distinctions become unclear, questions inevitably arise about accountability, legitimacy, and precedent. For Prince William, these questions are especially significant. Over the past decade, the Prince of Wales has repeatedly spoken about creating a monarchy that is smaller, more focused, and more effective. Rather than expanding the number of people carrying out official duties, his public comments have generally pointed towards concentrating responsibilities among a carefully defined group of working royals. That approach closely mirrors the vision long associated with King Charles III. Even before ascending the throne, Charles was widely reported to favor a streamlined monarchy focused on a smaller number of senior representatives rather than an ever-expanding royal network. Princess Anne has often been viewed as another key supporter of institutional discipline. Throughout more than 5 decades of royal service, Anne has earned a reputation for relentless dedication and a deep respect for constitutional boundaries. Her extraordinary workload regularly places her among the busiest members of the royal family each year. Because of that reputation, royal commentators frequently view Anne as a guardian of continuity, someone who prioritizes the long-term stability of the institution over short-term convenience. Interestingly, the discussion has also drawn attention to Peter Phillips, Princess Anne's son, and the eldest grandchild of Queen Elizabeth II. Unlike many members of royal families across Europe, Peter Phillips has never held a royal title. Princess Anne and her former husband, Captain Mark Phillips, famously chose not to accept titles for their children, allowing them to pursue independent careers. As a result, Peter Phillips has spent most of his life working in the private sector. He has held positions in business, motorsport, and corporate sponsorship while remaining connected to royal family events. His unique position, close to the monarchy but outside the formal structure, has occasionally prompted speculation about whether he could one day assist with certain public engagements. However, it is important to stress that no official associate royal program currently exists. Reports suggesting the creation of a formal new category of royal representative remain speculative. Neither Buckingham Palace nor Kensington Palace has announced any such framework. What is real, however, is the growing visibility of extended family members at public events. Peter Phillips has appeared alongside senior royals on numerous occasions, and his partner, Harriet Spurling, has attracted media attention due to her professional background as a nurse. Their appearances have naturally fueled discussion about how future generations of the royal family might contribute to public life without becoming full-time working royals. That conversation ultimately reflects a larger challenge facing the monarchy in the 21st century. How can it remain efficient while preserving the constitutional principles that justify its existence? If the institution becomes too small, the workload risks becoming overwhelming. If it expands too far, it risks confusing the distinction between official duty and family association. This balancing act has become even more visible as Prince William prepares for the future. Every major decision now carries an additional layer of significance because many observers see William not only as the current Prince of Wales, but as the monarch in waiting. His choices are increasingly viewed as signals of what his eventual reign may look like. One recurring theme appears consistently throughout analysis of William's approach: clarity. Whether discussing environmental initiatives through the Earthshot Prize, mental health campaigns, homelessness projects, or constitutional matters, William has generally favored clearly defined objectives and clearly defined responsibilities. That philosophy helps explain why discussions surrounding unofficial royal roles generate so much interest. The debate is less about any individual family member and more about the future shape of the monarchy itself. And before we continue, if you're enjoying this deep dive into royal affairs, remember to subscribe to Royal Scope, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe the monarchy should remain tightly focused on a small group of working royals, or should trusted extended family members be given a larger public role? We'd love to hear your perspective. What makes this discussion especially fascinating is that there is no obvious answer. The monarchy faces genuine practical challenges, but it also relies on traditions and constitutional conventions that have evolved over centuries. Every adjustment must be weighed carefully because today's solution can become tomorrow's precedent. For Queen Camilla, this balancing act is particularly delicate. Since becoming queen, she has worked to establish her own role while maintaining the distinction between her royal position and the lives of her children from her first marriage. Tom Parker Bowles and Laura Lopez have continued to pursue private careers, largely outside the royal spotlight, despite occasional public interest in their relationship with the king and queen. For Prince William and Princess Anne, meanwhile, the emphasis appears to remain firmly on preserving institutional boundaries while ensuring the monarchy continues to function effectively. Ultimately, the most revealing aspect of this entire debate is not whether a particular proposal was ever formally considered. It is the fact that so many people are asking the question in the first place. The conversation reveals widespread recognition that the monarchy is entering a period of transition, one in which the rules, responsibilities, and expectations surrounding royal service are being examined more closely than ever before. As King Charles III continues his reign and Prince William prepares for the future, the challenge will be finding the right balance between modernization and tradition. The monarchy has always evolved, but its survival has depended on maintaining public confidence in the distinction between family relationships and constitutional responsibility. That is why debates like this matter. They are not merely stories about personalities. They are conversations about the future architecture of one of the world's oldest institutions. And if recent developments have shown anything, it is that while personalities may change, the fundamental question remains the same: who serves the crown? Who represents the nation, and where exactly should the line be drawn? For the House of Windsor, that question may define the next generation of royal history.